So this is what I decided we're gonna do today. The theme is Los Angeles sports teams, and so what I want to do is I want to be able to put there's 5 logos of the teams that I want to put for the art piece. There's the Dodgers, the Lakers, the Rams, the Angels, and the Clippers. And what I want to do is I want these symbols, or these logos actually, to just be kind of like floating in the air, and behind it, the background is going to be a Los Angeles skyline, but it's going to be more like this with the warm color, the sunset, because I think that the warm sunset for Los Angeles is really pretty. But we're going to incorporate the Griffith Observatory, so we're kind of going to do a mishmash. I'm just going to paint this, okay? The middle of this is like right here, okay? So where's the middle of this? The middle of this is right here. Okay. So right now we're gonna map out. Oh no, wait, real quick. So these are 12 inches. Rings and stuff like that. It does have to be perfect. But something like this, we're having fun. We're painting. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, this is what I want to do. This is really fun. I like this. So I want to do the Griffith Observatory here, probably like right here, like that. And then I want the palm trees here. And I want the buildings obviously in the back, but I want the buildings to be a little bit taller. Let's do a big one here. And remember, this isn't the art piece. This is just to let you know where we're at. Cool, so now we got our trees, and then now we're gonna do our skyline. So what you wanna do is you want this to be in the center of, you want the big building, the crown building of LA to be in the center, okay? So what we're gonna do is then it's gonna be big. So we're gonna top it off right now. We're gonna pick the highest point. So where's the highest point of the building? Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? This is just to help us. Boom. Just do some buildings. There's another building here, like that. And then there's another building here. And then voila, that's it. Okay, so now basically what we're doing is, since we didn't have a picture of what we were actually gonna draw, because we combined 2 different pictures, we drew a sketch of where things are going to be. So we don't make a mistake, and our placement here on the board is not off. It's going to be right on, because, and you're just gonna, you could draw a line right here if you want to, and a line there. See how they blend together by themselves? Oh, bam, on the top. Okay, so we already have the color on this paintbrush, and we know we want more yellow. So you can just dip right into the yellow. You don't necessarily have to, use like the painter's knife and all that. I usually just kind of go for it. More yellow is good. Now we're starting to see it. Awesome. That's what I'm talking about. More yellow up there. More yellow right up here. See that? Okay, we're gonna go more yellow. You see skylines and stuff like that, they've got all kinds of colors going on. They've got blues and purples and white streaks and stuff like that. Okay, now we need to go in and we need to fix this part here. See how there's like a big step? So we're gonna go back to the orange, especially when you're starting to do skylines that have like different colors of blue and purple, and then all of a sudden like a white is right next to the purple, and it's just, but we're not doing that right now. Okay, cool. Now, for all you people at home, this is what's called a color wash. Now this cup has got no dye in it yet. It's just straight up water. So what's gonna be our number 1 brush? I kind of like this one there. Okay, so number 1 brush. Remember we just dipped it? All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, we went a little too low there. It's okay. We're going to put some. Let's see, don't overdo it. It's cool. We're just gonna happy medium. Okay, more yellow at the top, and then just this part. You just gotta go with it, man. You've already got all the colors on the brush. You just gotta go with it, and just keep Okay, more orange right here. Don't let this paint dry. The buildings and a Griffith Observatory. Remember when we did this thing right here? So basically what we know is that we're going to do a building here. We're going to do the buildings first. Okay, here. Okay, so let's take the alizarin crimson. It looks like raspberry. Big it in the water. The Spanish lullaby. So I wanted this to be this part, the top part, okay? But when I did this, I think I did this too big. But you can't make it smaller. You can always make these things bigger. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna cheat. Now, this part, that was that, now becomes this part. And it's just little tricks of the trade. Remember, you can make it smaller. I mean, you can make it bigger, but you can't make it smaller. Thin buildings, tall, bold looking. Okay, we got another one here. We put some water in it. You guys need to understand something. Water and acrylic paint are really good friends. And water and paint, they're really cool. They get along really well. Now, what do you do if there's oil paint? You use paint thinner. But that stuff is good. Okay, now that's all we're gonna do for those buildings because we don't want to overdo it. Now we gotta look to see where did we put our Griffith Observatory. See, it's right here, right under, kind of a little bit underneath the middle. The middle is probably like here, so that means it's gonna start here like that. When I said that this doesn't have to be perfect, that's what I'm talking about. Because this is the background. And if you spend too much time on the background, unfortunately what happens is it loses it, you kind of lose the energy of it. Oh yeah, that's the top of the building. Remember that? Yeah, it's 3D, I forgot about that. Let's see here. So, okay, so let's give it some. Remember how these one brushes, they're like the blenders? Well, we're gonna borrow one right now, and he's gonna help us with her. It's a good song. Give it that round look. A little bit more black there, and then we are going to move on to the ground. Now this is going to not have as much water as the buildings because it's further away, but it's still not right in front of our face. You know what is going to be in front of our face? The palm trees. Okay, to show this more, we're going to put more black here. Let me see here. And our little buddy over here, just take this guy, the round brush. And we're just gonna have fun with it. Just gonna go with it. Alright. Watercolor, I guess you would say, but it's not watercolor. And this isn't wash, it's a color that is transparent. Also known as value. What color? We're gonna go over it, but they're just layers. So it's that nice sap green. At first, you're like, what's going on? Am I doing it right? I'm just painting and painting and painting, kind of like what we're doing with the sunset. And you just add a little bit of water, and you just do layers of it. And you're like, you have a color underneath it, and then you go. Now, is because the focal point is really the logos. And it might look cooler without the lights. You just don't know what is gonna happen. So then we're gonna wait and see. But either way, it's all good. Okay, so where's our buddy? Let me see what this guy's like. We're gonna do another round brush to the left sides of this. Like in the picture, but I just want to get a good reference of what like painted palm trees look like. It's just anything to help you. It's just do it, just Google it, and it's okay. So we're gonna make them smaller. I need a little bit more black. Don't overdo it. And then, oh, there we go, that's very good. And then here we go. And then a little bit, all I gotta do is the tree trunks. Basically what I did yesterday was I decided that I was gonna do like stadiums and then like the logo in front of it. But I decided not to do it and decided to do this. But ultimately what I did was I put the Angel Stadium down here. This is in Orange County. Then the Rams. Then the Clippers, because the Clippers are right next to the Rams. Then I put the Lakers up top, and then I put Dodger Stadium up top. So I'm going to follow that same format, but we're going to do the logos. Okay? Now, place for me to start would be at the top. I'm going to go straight down. Remember, you can make things bigger, but you can't make them smaller. So in this situation, if you don't know how big you want it to do, go a little smaller, because then you can always make it bigger. But if you're like, oh my god, it's just too big, well, you're stuck. And that was why we did it the first thing anyways. Okay, so this is cool. So then, where does this part go? It's kind of like right here, I would say. Just gotta line it up with your eyes. And remember, you're gonna be nervous to do this, but you just have to do it. Because if you, I'm telling you, man, just do it. Because then you're never gonna get it done. It's almost like it's like a measuring thing, like a ruler. Like it helps you keep things straight. Okay, so then now that this is bigger, we gotta make. I've had these pens explode on me before. Okay, and this part is that's a good part to put the. We're not gonna overdo it. Give it the same width. When in doubt, go small, because you can't make it any, because you can always make it bigger, but you can't make it smaller. I used to work at In-N-Out Burger when I was a fry guy a long time ago, and I was really good at it, because I always had more than enough fries, so I never fell behind. See right here, we gotta match it by making it bigger. You can do that. I would have been in not happy land if for some reason I had to make it smaller. Now we are going to do it like this. We're not going to overdo it. When in doubt, go small. When in doubt, go small. Because you can always go bigger. I don't know what's going on. Well, don't give up. Just keep doing it. And then all of a sudden something's going to happen. Hey, so now what's next? Lakers. First of all, I would like to thank the Los Angeles Lakers for making a very complicated logo that is going to require me to do a basketball and write Los Angeles and write Lakers, so thank you very much. This is a good song. This part here, this S goes lower than the L. You know, one time when I was, okay, I want to, you see how we're getting rewarded with not going too big on the letters. Because you can always, well, not necessarily, you can't make this smaller. You don't want to run out of room with letters, okay, I'll tell you that right now. It's not fun. Plus, it is the coolest thing. And you know what? If you fake it to make it, because what they taught me in acting was, if you think you're a king, you are a king. So, running out of ink. Damn it. Is here. And the S ends here, in the middle of the K, okay? So this is spacing. It's the same thing. This is how, when I do murals, this is the same thing. If I'm looking at a photo, okay, we're just gonna go for it, okay? Now remember, fight the urge to do a big circle. Now this has to come over where the G and the imaginary draw, because this is a ball, okay? So, where's it coming? Right here. Okay, here. This is a good example of you can't go smaller. You see how I don't like, you said I don't like that? What we're going to do. On this drawing here, it's not curved because it's like straight dead on, but this one is, so we're going to curve it, okay? To even it out. The way you would fix it was with some paint. And my buddy, what's it called, the blender? Once you start, that's it. Draw it in air, draw it in air. No, a little smaller. Yeah, there we go. So what you do is, that would be one of the things that you go back and you fix with the paintbrush. Now we're doing connect the dots. And this is cool because at least we are drawing over everything. Sometimes you want to step back and look at your thing. Right now, I don't think we need to do that. We're having a good time. Rams, and I got angels. And the thing is, the most important thing is to not take a break. Don't give up. We are on a roll. Okay? We're killing it. Okay, you see this? How the background's blue, but the background there is not blue? We're simply just going to outline it like this. That's all we're going to do. Nice. Bang. All right, cool. So remember, you can go bigger, but you can't go smaller. So this thing, we're going to do it right here. And not the Rams LA logo, because I don't like that one. I don't think I'm the only one that doesn't like it. But it's okay. I play fantasy football, which was insane, because the guys in my league were sleeping and they didn't pick them up. And that right there, literally, winning and losing. So the moral of the story is, don't sleep all the way to wire. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. And go smaller. So when in doubt, go smaller. But at this point, we have already been drawing for 3 hours. When I do portraits and stuff like that, or whatever, it's like my brain is operating on like this crazy, like I can do anything, like okay, it's incredible. And I read this book, and it was just basically saying that it's like you're getting what you put into it. Ultimately, what it is. So for all you kids out there, you realize that you get what you put into it. You work hard, you're gonna get good results. You don't work hard, you're not gonna get good results. You see, there's always this kind of a tenseness, nervousness when you start a project, especially if it's very complex, kind of like this project is, but that's normal. And what you get calm as you go through the project, and you start to realize that it's just the more and more time you spend on it, the more and more done it is, and you start to see it come to life, and you're like, wow. And then you're like, everything's all good. That's normal though. The apprehension when you start, you're nervous, you don't know how to start, and you know what you're trying to do, and it doesn't look like anything at first. And then you bring in, the blender guy, like when I was doing the sky, and then all of a sudden it just starts to work. So at first, if it doesn't work, like just understand you're not done. Like it's not even like, oh, at first it doesn't work, brush yourself off and succeed. Like no, you gotta understand. Like at first it doesn't work, you're not done with it. That's why you got it done is because we didn't stop doing it, and we just remember when I said, just do it. Like if you don't know where to start, like just start. And then now figure out what you're gonna do as you're painting it. And those moments when I tell you, just do it, just start, don't think, just do it. Well, that's what we're talking about. All the time in the world to do it. You're going to do this weird red color. And you know why we're in good shape? We are in good shape because we said just do it. Yeah, it was hard to tell myself to do it. Okay, that red is almost out, so what we are going to do is we're going to call a little bit of an audible, and that's okay. We're going to do this. Blue! I'm literally looking at my phone right now. There we go, there's the halo part, remember? Because we can make it bigger, but we can't make it smaller. Okay, there we go, just a bit bigger. This is crazy. Could use a little bit more detail, but there we go.
Thanks you all.
I'll be back.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.